What is going on, Super Affiliate Network family? I just wanted to do a quick Facebook Live here. I know I've been kind of out of touch for the last couple days. I've been on vacation, watching tennis, probably look a little bit red here. And I figured I'd give you a little tour of the pad and then give you a quick little message, maybe introduce you to my dad, my best friend who I'm hanging out with, having some fun with. So I'll go ahead and walk out here. Let me see if anybody hops on here with us. And I'll start. And this will tie in to a message that I'll tell you in just a minute. So here's the little backyard. We haven't used any of the amenities. I don't really use the barbecue. We've been at the tennis place all day. Nothing huge, nothing special, but pretty cool views. Some cool mountains off in the distance. And just kind of simple, basic backyard. Right here. Here's the kitchen. Here's my best friend Austin. Say what's up to all my customers.
Hello.
Austin Wines.
Wait, hold up.
Little kitchen. Oh, he's grabbing his beer. Little hangout area. I'll come back, Austin. Little couch. This is actually an Airbnb. Austin, say cheers. There it is.
And I'll just have
This is the little living room area.
dress and stuff. I'll just
Say hi, Dad.
Check.
Customers.
hey customers,
Well, team members.
team members, hi team members. I'll just
Cool. So that's the little living room. First little kind of hangout bedroom. The hole in the wall.
so okay. What I'll do is I'll go to the tennis meet.
Second bedroom. And this will tie into something that I'll talk about in just a moment. So, pretty cool little pad. I think this one has its own bathroom. I haven't been in here. My dad's staying in here. Little bedroom here. And let's come over here.
Okay. Okay. That's what we'll do.
Got like a laundry room in there. Come down over here. We got my bedroom and bathroom. So pretty nice little bathroom hanging. Got a TV above the bath, which is a little bit overkill in my opinion, but it's kind of cool. Cool little shower. What's going on, guys? There I am. And my bedroom. Where should I do this message? Hanging out. Bed's unmade, of course, on vacation. Another TV. Pretty cool spot. It was a score on Airbnb. And they happened to make it available, I think because of the tournament. And I'm actually going to go out in the back to give these guys some space to go ahead and talk to y'all. Give me one sec. Alright, so now I'm going to take you up to the little patio hangout in the back. Here's another little area of the backyard. What's going on, Peter, Crystal, Mark, Renee, Jennifer? Good to see you guys. Megan, good to see all you guys. Cool. Oh, it's kind of hot out here. The desert. Really hot or really cold. Here's a little hangout from the top, the view from the top, I should say. Pretty cool. Desert sunsets, right? Little aerial view. And yeah, that's it. That's where we're hanging out. Check out, of course, my personal profile to see all the pictures of the actual players and all of that. And for now, turn the screen and talk to you guys for a minute. And really what I wanted to talk about here today on this Facebook Live is a mindset principle and something that you absolutely need to be aware of. You absolutely need to be aware of that a large percentage of people actually have an issue with this mindset issue kind of problem. And it's something that if you don't intentionally and consciously combat, it'll sabotage your success moving forward, right? And that is a simple fact, and it's a simple realization that money in of itself is actually a good thing, all right? So I'm a pretty introverted guy. I tend to hang out with myself, my friends, my group of close friends, play football with a couple guys on the weekend, do my own thing working. And I tend to kind of just deal with my own mindset issues, which are different than I think most people out there. And being around so many people, being around, crowds of thousands upon thousands of people, you hear people say things over and over and over again. And what I've noticed in the last couple of days is just how many people have a negative mindset towards money, and just how many people kind of still have that mindset that, money is evil, money is the root of all evil type deal, right? And it's something that you're kind of conditioned to believe from a very young age, all right? There's always that rich person on top that kind of, doesn't share the wealth, doesn't, make it about more than just him, is always trying to get more rich, more rich, more rich, is always trying to, build homes on property. That was it when I was growing up, at least being on Maui, right? There was always the person who was rich who was trying to build homes on property and kind of commercialize everything, right? So you're kind of conditioned to believe that money tends to be the root of all evil. And I've heard a couple of different comments from people actually on the site, on the tournament site, in the last couple of days. And more or less, it's just been this, the rich guy, right? Oh, okay, well, yeah, the rich guy, of course he'd do that. The guy with money, right? Oh, well, he's got enough money, it's like, doesn't affect him type deal. And it's always with a negative context, and it's always with a tonality around it that you can tell that these people associate money with things that, in general, aren't that good, right? And you have to realize that while your conscious mind might be telling yourself, no, that, rationally doesn't make sense. Rationally, money is just a thing, right? And the human being behind it is really the thing that determines whether or not what you do with that money, right? Your rational, logical mind might be telling yourself that, but you have to understand that if you don't get to the core of an issue, if you don't come to grips with an issue on the subconscious level, and if you don't really let the unconscious kind of come to grips with something and really come to a new belief, then no matter what your conscious does, your unconscious and your subconscious are still much more powerful than your conscious and your unconscious. And as a result, your actions will be determined on what your subconscious actually believes, right? So one thing I talk about a lot is belief, and the simple fact that if your subconscious, if your unconscious mind doesn't believe that when you take an action step in your business, good things will happen, it's going to be really, really, really difficult for you to actually get yourself to take that action step, right? It's the exact same thing here. I mean, consciously, you might be willing, to say, well, he's having success with it. I might be able to take the action. And as a result, if I take the action, I might get the same result. That, to me, would be the logical argument, right? But still, if you can't get your unconscious mind, if you can't get your subconscious to come to the point and come to the realization, the epiphany, that really kind of you are just like everybody else, and if, once again, rational thought were in control of your mind, if you take that action step, something good would happen. If you can't get your unconscious, subconscious mind to come to that conclusion, you won't be able to take that action step, or at least you won't be able to take that action step on a consistent enough manner to learn whatever that skill set may be through trial and error in order to go ahead and, once again, create the result, create the success you really want to create, right? So you have to understand that, and the exact same holds true with the whole money is evil, right? Money is the root of all evil belief. And again, I've heard it, a couple of different times this weekend, not in that layman's of term, but just kind of people, saying certain sentences that you can tell they have a negative context, negative association, I should say, not a negative context. They've been saying things in a context where you can tell they have a negative association with money. And my message for you today is to realize that money is not a bad thing. All money is a means to an end. And it depends on who you are as an individual. It depends on what your kind of beliefs are. It depends on what your values are, really, in regards to what money will specifically do for you and what you having money will equate to for other people, right? So as a result, again, just to kind of back up my point here, I just showed you my friend Austin. He's been my best friend forever. He's played tennis. He played high school tennis with me. Known the guy, I think, from maybe 7th grade, right? I bought Austin a plane ticket out here just because I wanted him to kind of experience pro tennis at this level in person. It's kind of one of the last chances we'll probably have to watch Federer and Nadal play, right? So me having money allowed me to actually do a nice thing for someone else, do something that actually helped someone else, do something that provided value to someone else in a way that I wouldn't have been able to do so if I didn't actually have money, right? Again, I mean, some of the most wealthy people, some of the richest people I know, and I think why I'm lucky is that, I come from a background where my family didn't have a bunch of money, where my dad wasn't, rich, my mother wasn't rich by any stretch of the imagination. But having said that, my dad was actually a gated community manager. He managed gated communities. I'm a little bit brain fried here. In Wailea, and I was constantly surrounded by super wealthy people, super rich people. And it kind of allowed me to see what those people were like in person And the vast majority of people that I've ever met with money, with wealth, with true wealth, have always been cool people, and have always been people that are really trying to serve people, people who give jobs and provide jobs to people, and people who really just kind of go out of their way to actually help people. They're extremely busy. Of course, they, have project after project after project on their hands, so sometimes it's hard to get a hold of them time-wise, communication-wise, but every single interaction I've actually had with someone, or most every single interaction I've had with someone, with capital, with money, and with true wealth, for the most part, has been pretty positive. And you can tell that they're just a normal human being based on the fact that they have money. They can do certain other things that other human beings can't, and they can provide certain things to other people that other people can't, right? So understand that, me being able to stay in this fun, cool, 3-bedroom pad, this was not possible for me a couple years ago, right? Me being able to take my best friend from, 6th, 7th grade, out to Palm Desert to hang out and watch, two of the best of all time tennis players just kind of play and get their game on for a couple of days, and I just kind of sponsor the trip for him, right? I'm not paying for his food and all that stuff, but buy the plane ticket, let him crash to the pad for free, etc., right? That wasn't possible a couple of years ago. Me being able to kind of do the same for my dad and just not have to worry about the $20 parking passes or the grounds passes for the actual tournament, etc., being able to upgrade to the $100 seat so you can actually watch the people up close and in person, wasn't possible just a couple years ago. And based on the fact that I've done the work, based on the fact that I learned skill sets, based on the fact that I learned tactical and strategic skill sets, and then once again put in countless hours actually doing the work, I now have those financial means to be able to do that. And in having those financial means, I'm able to help people. I'm able to, once again, give back to people that I love, improve people's lives that I love. And as a result, I'm able to more or less be more of the person that I'm actually am at a core level, which I think for the most part, again, this is me talking about myself, which I don't usually like doing, but for the most part, I'm a pretty normal, good guy who wants, good for other people. I have a couple of people who I don't think too fondly of, right? But, for the most part, I love people, and I'd rather them be in a good place than in a bad place, right? And again, it's only allowed me to do more of those things. So that is my brain fried and brain scattered message for the day. I've been out in the, it's not too hot, but it's just freakishly really humid, and it's just, I don't know, it takes it out of you. The desert sun, something about the desert sun. I live on Maui. It's hot, it's humid, but it's not the same thing. Sitting out in the sun in the desert for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours like we did today completely and totally takes it out of you. So a little bit brain fried here. Understand that money is not a bad thing. Money isn't the root of all evil. You hear it over and over and over again. The truth of the matter is, the person with a bunch of money who is egotistical, who is just completely and totally evil, who is kind of fueled to do things that, are not necessarily good things, that don't provide value to the world, that don't provide true service to the world, who don't, look out for other people and look out and actually try to help those people out. That's why it gets a bad reputation. And all in all, money is simply a means to an end. It depends on who's behind the actual dollar bill, when it comes to how that dollar bill will be spent. So that's my message for the day, guys. I'm actually going to go ahead and wrap this thing up in just a moment. We're actually going to go catch a couple of the night sessions. I'm going to drink a couple of cups of coffee here to keep going. We had a crazy trip coming over here. It's usually a 5-hour flight from Maui to California, and then you get off a plane, you drive for 2 hours. We got on a plane, we got stalled on the Big Island. Something was wrong with the door on the plane. Got stalled on the Big Island for 2.5 hours. So the 5-hour flight became a 2.5 hour flight. And then the car we had booked had there was some backup, some shortage of cars with the company that we had gone ahead and booked with. We had another 2-hour wait to actually get our reservation car, our car, my brain's totally gone. And then after that, we had a 2.5-hour drive with some traffic in the middle of the evening, getting us into our actual house at, I think, 5 a.m. We passed out. We were back up at, I think, 8:30 to go watch the tennis yesterday. And then out in the sun all day today, only to find out that tomorrow's actually sold out. So we're going to go try to scalp some tickets early in the morning and try to, maybe pay a premium price to someone who has something that I want. That individual has a piece of value that I want. As a result, I'm willing to pay a premium price for it so they can solve my problem with their solution, right? Things I'm teaching you guys all the time. So that's our goal for tomorrow. Understand money is not a bad thing. Money allows you to do more of what you would already do with that money to either help people or hurt people. But at the end of the day, it's up to you what you do with the finances that you create. And what else? Last but certainly not least, if you want to learn the tactical, strategic, and just kind of mindset principles that have allowed me to take my business from, you know, the zero to the multi-million-dollar level very, 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 very quickly, be sure to go ahead and grab your ticket to the Maui Immersion event. All right, so the actual price will be increasing once again. All right, so a bunch of people want to go ahead and grab their ticket right when the price actually increased last time. The price will be increasing one more time. The actual date and time that the price will increase should be on the actual page, on the Maui Immersion page. Head over to the Maui Immersion website. I will post the link above this little brain fried Facebook Live, and then after that, grab your tickets. And of course, I will see you on Maui in just a little bit over a month now. I'll see a few of you at the intensive, you know, more soon than that. So having said that, guys, I need a cup of coffee here before the night session. Give you guys one more little sneak peek of the desert. Love all you guys, and talk with you all very soon. All right, guys, there it is. Later.